What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of The Oval. We are finally back. This is season 3, episode 12, The Dutiful Wife. So it picks up where we left off a few weeks ago with because we was on Christmas break. Baby, listen, Max and Cal was just going at each other. Bobby trying to tell Max, listen, we'll get him later, okay? Like, come on, let's just get out of here. We came for what we got. And Max was like, no, bro, you came for what you got. You got your girl. I'm here for Mr. Max, okay? Or I should say Cal. Because, Cal, who y'all think is really going to take Cal out, all right? Because at this point, I just don't know. Like, it's so many people that really have it out for Cal, and Cal really has to go. But I really feel like Cal is not going. If Cal leave anytime soon, I will be surprised. Cal probably gonna be here till the series finale. Okay. So that wind up happening, But eventually, Bobby gets them to gets Max to get the hell up out of there. Okay. Cal comes downstairs, and correct me if I'm wrong. But when Max and Bobby came up in that house and, they knocked out the Secret Service agents that was guarding the door or whatever, were they dead? Okay? Or did they just knock them out? Because they did put them in handcuffs and all that stuff, tie them up or whatever so they couldn't move. And remember, it was the girl that was there inside the house. And I'm only asking this because when Cal came down the steps, he saw old girl laying on the floor and then stomped on her. I said, what the freak? I guess if she wasn't dead, she dead now, okay? I said, Cal, you are just something else, okay? Because he called her useless. So now he has to call Donald and tell him, listen, they done got up in here, they done took down the freaking Secret Service agents or whatever, and they done took Lily. So, of course, Donald is pissed, all right? I said, you should have known better. Like Monica said, should have known better, okay? And so you really thought that this was gonna work, And then we get to Victoria and the vice president, the second lady. Okay, she's sitting there. Victoria makes me so sick. Okay, she makes me so sick, but the bitch make me giggle so much because she was just looking at her like, And her whole thing is they were supposed to have lunch together, right? And she was like, well, listen, if we ain't got nothing to talk about, I think we should come back. No, we ain't finna come back. We ain't finna come back. We finna go in there and we finna have lunch. She said, no, I'm not about to come back because the VP lady, she was like, listen, I come back when you feel like chatting. No, we finna go have lunch right quick, okay? That's what we finna do. So they go up in there and oh God, I'm so sorry. I just blanked out for a second. I was thinking about that. But Victoria was sitting on that couch and she told that lady, I just want to look at you. She said, for what? Because I just want to study you. And she was like, can I ask why? Because yeah, you can. And I'm just sitting here like, Victoria, what do you want with this woman? All right. Because she's looking at her and, she's trying to figure out which way she gonna go with this. Because eventually Richard comes out there and tell her, listen, lunch is served, okay? So they go up in the room and at this point, Richard put some food in front of their in front of each other, right? And then she looked down at the food, and I guess automatically she started thinking about Priscilla because she told Richard, switch the plates because I want her plate, and I'm pretty sure she'll want my plate. I said, girl, if you that freaking paranoid, you shouldn't do this, okay? Listen, you should have been had Priscilla out if you feel like you got that type of power, but she really don't, okay? Before they go sit down, though, the second lady had told Richard, get in contact with my husband because I don't have my phone with me right now. I said, girl, now that's a lie. Now, excuse me, I don't care where we at. I'm not finna walk around without my phone, okay? That's how dependent I am on it, you know what I'm saying? That's a life source right there, okay? So why are we without our phones, okay? So at this point, while they sitting there, Victoria just basically trying to question the girl. What is it that you know? Because your husband came down there to the Oval talking to us about this plan, that plan, or whatever. What exactly do you know? Okay, this is where she coming from, and she don't necessarily let in on everything. But Miss Second Lady was sitting there like this. Why? Whatever do you mean? I just sit here and I just take care of home. Okay, I have no idea what's going on. Baby, Victoria sat there and Victoria said, bitch. Don't fucking play with me. You really think that I think that you know that you don't know anything? Oh, okay. If that's what you want to do, bitch, don't fucking play with me. I said, oh, ma'am. Ma'am, she started looking at her. She started going in on her, you know. I just and stabbing the fork up in, well, I should say the knife in the table. I said, Victoria. Now let me tell you something, Victoria. Don't play your hands, okay? Now you in this little circle, this little conniption that y'all got going right now. You don't want to overplay your hand, okay? Because you giving off stuff that you shouldn't be giving off. Like, you supposed to play your cool. Play it cool, okay? But you doing too much trying to intimidate this woman, and yet at the same time, while you throwing out the threats about, oh, I know what your husband do, oh, I know this, and you and here go the second lady. Your husband, you guys are running the country and you guys are doing such a good job. Victoria said, that bitch, stop fucking playing. Because that bitch he ain't been to a meeting or done shit since the first day he got here. So you can cut that bullshit. She said, listen, lady, I don't understand what's going on and I don't know what you're trying to get at. But I'm going to get up and I'm just going to go see my husband. So you start to have lunch with me, but then all of a sudden you want to go see your husband? I said, yeah, Victoria, because look at what you're doing, girl. Let her go. Okay? Let her go. You know, Richard come up in there. I said, girl, go ahead and get out of there before Victoria do something to you. Meanwhile, up in the Oval Office, Donald come up in there and he trying to see what's going on with the vice president. He want him to get out of there, okay? He want to get him out of this whole situation. He is over it, you know? Like, how dare he have the balls enough to come in here and try to say some stuff to me like this, okay? You're trying to get me out the White House. Don't nobody care about you. And if I leave, that means he leave too. And I said, that's not necessarily how it works, okay? If they get you out, he'll be the next acting in command, okay? Especially if he has nothing on him, all right? So I said, damn, Hunter, did you even read the Constitution? We learned that in the 8th grade, sir. Like, what is going on? Meanwhile, you know, Donald is trying to convince him, no, we need him to stay, okay? Let this play out and let stuff fall back on him, okay? Because if he leaves, ain't no telling what he can do. All right, he can put a whole bunch of stuff out there. As long as he's still inside the White House, they can control the situation. That's where Donald is coming from, okay? And also Donald brings up the fact that he brought a girl up in there, brought Sharon up in there. And of course, Hunter don't see the severity of his actions and the danger that he's putting everybody in by taking advantage and doing this stuff, okay? You're thinking with your penis and you're not thinking with your big brain because your big brain don't work as it is, you know? And he talking about some, well, she probably thinking over the offer right about now. And Donald literally did not know anything about this. I thought he knew, but he didn't know. And he is just over it too. Okay, talk about some, how can she resist? I'm sitting here like, first of all, Donald, you're not even cute. Okay? You decent. All right, but you look like a wolf. Why I say that to that man? You look like a wolf because he getting on my nerves, okay? He is getting on my nerves. Then you want to talk about all the women that been up in the White House and, you know, if these couches can talk and all this stuff. And Donald is like, listen, somebody else already know about this. An agent already know about this. And it was like, who? And he said, Sam. And he said, that little motherfucker, he is tired of him. Just tell him not to say anything to anybody, okay? Because at this point, he also want him out of there. I said, I knew that was going to happen. But at the same time, once again, Donald had to come through and be like, no, because he actually helps us out. He lets us know some things so that we can get ahead of it. And Sam doesn't realize this is what he's doing. Sam is such a goody two-shoe, okay? And it's not even that he's trying to be a goody two-shoe. Sam is just good at his job. Like, he take his job seriously, all right? And, you know, it can work to his advantage and it can work to his disadvantage, okay, at the same time. So with that going on, Lily, baby, they done got Lily into their hotel, that the vice president got them set up at. Mama is sitting there, girl, she frazzled like a motherfucker, okay? I said, Mama, y'all could at least got her a jacket. Y'all still got that wet ass robe on her. Y'all still got that wet mop of her hair on her. I said, damn, bitch, get a hat on her head. Y'all trying to make her catch a cold or whatever. It's still a panoramic about here, okay? Get the wetness off of her. Let her go take some showers or something. Girl, she tried to sit on that couch. They tried to touch her. She said, don't touch me. I said, oh, she in her feelings right about now. She was like, that motherfucker really waterboarded me. Okay, I really can't believe that. That nigga let that man do that to me. Cal, of all people. Of all people. Listen, no, for real though. You want to leave me here because they got to go back to the White House. She was like, listen, no, I don't feel safe, okay? I don't feel safe. And he was like, listen, you safe. You really safe right here. Here, take this gun. If anybody comes to the door that ain't supposed to be here, pop, pop, pop their ass. You know what I'm saying? And so, at this point, Max, he's so humped on, he want to get Cal. He want to get Cal so bad. Understandable. But Lily also want Cal too. And so, Bobby out here making promises that he really can't keep, or I don't know if he can keep, but I'm like, you're going to have to talk to Max about this first because Max really want him. And so, Lily said, I want to taste of that nigga too. Okay, he put his hands on me or whatever. Baby, when they got Max... when they got Cal, I should say, and Bobby was like, well, Lily want to get a dab on him too. We're going to do half and half. And he was like, oh, so we got to share because she got a little bit of water thrown on her. And yeah, I got shot. It was something about the way Max said that. Oh, she got a little bit of water thrown on her. Why? I said, bitch, y'all are a mess, all right? So they got to go back up there to the White House to be with the vice president, Meanwhile, back up there at the White House, Victoria was sitting at that table and the food was still there. And Priscilla came up in there. She was about to take the food out. And then she was like, thank you. She was like, you're welcome. Okay. And I said, are we being nice to each other right about now? But then First Lady told her to sit her ass down. And she was like, okay, cool. And they just looking. She was like, did you prefer this food? She said no. And so at this point, First Lady want to switch the place again because she want them to eat together. I said, what are you up to, Victoria? This don't make no sense to me. Why you want this lady to sit down with you? What type of bad games that you trying to play? I said, the bad games that you're trying to play don't work with Priscilla, all right? She a little bit smarter than you, okay? And so at this point, Richard come out there and she was like, what's going on? Like, cause Richard is confused. Richard has been trying to keep it together. He don't want their cover to be blown. He feel like at this point Priscilla is unhinged as a motherfucker. Okay, ain't no telling what she might do. And yes, she really is. But I wish Richard would just let stuff play out. I understand that you don't want y'all cover to be blown, but I just want him to have Priscilla back for once. Like, you been in the same situation. Like, your wife, you literally just found out that and you was just mad at your wife for finding out that that she slept with your father and then had a baby. How come you can't sympathize with Priscilla finding out that her husband cheated on her with her boss? Their boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, have her back for once, okay? And I know he also looking out for her in a sense because he don't want her to do nothing that's gonna cause her to go to jail. So it's like a double-edged sword. It's a catch-22. Either you win, you lose. There's no winning and there's no losing at this point. No, whichever way they go. Priscilla was sitting there and she was like, oh, look at this little ghetto bitch from the hood sitting at the White House table. I said, Victoria, stop it. And she was like, what type of drink you want to drink? Some little grape soda? I said, Victoria, what you know about grape soda? Bitch, it's pop. But what you know about grape soda? Okay, I said, girl, you got a whole case up in your room underneath that bed. Stop playing. And you got some bread up in there too. Probably got some high C orange, okay? That's where it all went when McDonald's ran out. Okay, bitch, it was probably underneath your bed. What are you talking about? I said, Priscilla said, no, I want a little bit of Merlot. And she was like, oh, look at you, bitch, trying to be fancy. I said, I said that, see, if she didn't have stuff to lose, even though I don't feel like at this point Priscilla feel like she got things to lose, and I think the reason why Priscilla has not snapped the way that she wanted to snap is because of Richard. If anything, she don't care about Sam right now. Okay, she do care, but his job ain't gonna be in jeopardy. But she'll find out her situation is tied in with Richard's situation, the CIA or whatever undercover stuff that they're doing. And so she mostly probably thinking about him, and that's probably why she ain't snapped. That's what I'm gonna assume, because baby, I don't know how much more I would have been able to take for this bitch to tell me some shit like that. After that ghetto black bitch sitting up at the table at the White House, I would have popped her. I would have popped that bitch. And then when said, "Oh, you classy, huh? You don't want no grape soda?" I said, "Bitch, what's wrong with grape soda? Okay, white people drink grape soda. All right, like, come on, what's going on?" I said, you equate that to ghetto-ness? You equate that to cheapness? You equate that to the hood? I said, "Oh, you one of those blacks, okay? And I just don't like it, Victoria. And so at this point, she's still doing that whole thing of, I'm gonna try to figure out what it is that you doing with my dad or whatever, how you know him and how you this and how you that. Okay, you keep it up and I'm gonna get you fired." She was like, "Okay, girl, go ahead." And at this point, she got up and left, okay? Went into the kitchen. Richard was like, "What the hell are you doing?" She was like, "Listen, she told me to sit down. That's what it is. So I obliged. My boss told me to do something, so therefore I did it." Now she trying to play this game and don't realize that I can play the game a little bit better than her, which she is doing, because at this point, both of them are getting under each other's skin, and it's just a matter of time to see who's gonna come out victorious in this game, who's gonna snap on who first. Okay, that's just all that is coming to. And so when that happened, Richard, and this is what I'm talking about, where I wanted Richard to be more so on her side, because Richard keep on telling her, "You need to stop and you need to go home, okay? I need you to go home. Like, you need to stop. Go talk to Nancy." And I'm like, I was with Priscilla. Who the fuck is Nancy? Is Nancy a therapist or something? No, but you just need somebody to talk to and tell her everything that's going on. And I mean, I get what he's saying. Like, on the one hand, like I said, he don't want her to snap on this lady and to get herself in trouble, because if she put her hands on her, she's gonna go to jail, okay? And she probably may do something more worse than just slapping her or whatever. She might cause deadly harm, okay? Because it's building up. But at the same time, I want him to at least come out and be like, "Girl, I get it. I get it." I just want him to say those words. Like, "Priscilla, I understand. Like, I've been there. I know the pain and the frustration, and I know that hurt that you're feeling." And he hasn't. Maybe because, I don't know if it's because it's the man or what. I don't know. Like, you just went through it. But it just never felt like he really, truly on her side in this situation. Like, he understands. Not saying that, you gotta be like, "Bitch, let's go beat her ass right now." But no, just at least vocalize that you on her side. Like, you get it. You know what I'm saying? And so she went on ahead and she went to Nancy's place, okay? I said, all right, all right, all right. Meanwhile, back over at Kareem's place, Sharon's still up in the room with Dale. Kareem come up in there and was like, "Everything cool?" She said, "Yeah, everything cool. So the pharmacy has been closed down there all day. So I'm going to go down there and I'm going to open it up." And Sharon was like, "I'm going to go with you." Okay. He was like, "You sure about that? Like, after everything that went on, you really sure about that?" She was like, "Yeah, it's all to the good. I'm going to go." And then here come Dale. "I'm going to go too." I said, "Bitch, you can barely bend over. So," and then he keep on reminding us that he got hit with non-lethal bullets. So if they're non-lethal, does that mean that they did not penetrate? So they just bruised him. It's almost as if he was hit with like blanks or something like that. I don't know. Like, at this point, it's just not making sense with Dale. Like, bitch, I be milking it. Okay, listen, my side hurt. My side hurt, bitch. My stomach hurt. Okay, all of this hurt because I just got popped up in it. And so I was just like, okay, Dale, y'all go ahead and do what y'all got to do. Meanwhile, Richard had called Nancy to let her know that Priscilla was gonna be over there, and she was like, "Okay." Nancy answered that phone like, "Oh, this my man. This my man." I said, "Oh, you glad that y'all back on the same page, huh?" All right, Nancy. Made you feel like 16 again, huh? Okay. So she get on the phone. She was like, "Okay, cool, Nancy. I mean, she'll be over here. All right, cool." She hung up the phone, and then she hears something like drop on the floor, whatever, upstairs, and she was like, who the fuck is here? Barry. Okay, so she go up in the kitchen. I said, girl, you ain't gonna go see what the sound is. She did, okay, and it was Barry in there. He was in there talking to old girl, okay, the one who took the money, the one that Sharon said was with the Rackadooshies. You know what I'm saying? And so at this point, he was like, "What you do with the money? Where Ruth at? Where my daughter at? That's what I want to know, okay? What you is do you gotta get me out of here because this is kidnapping. I don't know nothing that you talking about. This is kidnapping and all this stuff." I said, "Girl, you ain't finna go to the cops because you part of the cult. Okay, so let's stop right there, you know." And then Nancy come up in there and she was like, "What is going on? Is this that girl?" "Yeah, I went down there to where she be staying there and I went and got her, okay? That's what I did." And, you know, she was like, "Girl, go ahead and get up out of here." And I'm sitting here like, damn, Nancy, for once, have your son's back, okay? For once, have his back, all right? I'm sitting here like, damn, bitch, I would have, that's my son. My son been going through this whole thing. Like, let me just tell you this. Nancy is not acting like she feels guilt or any pain or hurt by the fact that she caused or led to this whole situation of the little girl being gone. Okay, and that is very troublesome to me. I just don't understand it because she has not shown any type of remorse, in my opinion, enough to feel guilt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you allowed this lady to come in and see the girl, okay, which until caused her to come back with her people and snatch up the girl while you was in the house with her, okay? You opened up that gate, you opened up that door, you know. And now that your son's saying that he gonna do anything and everything to get her back, as he should, I don't know now one parent who has a missing child or the child is hurt or whatever who would not do anything for them. And I don't understand people who are around them who don't understand the way that they're going about it, that they got that fire, that they want to do that. And Nancy keeps on cutting him down each and every time he try to do something. I'm like, bitch, get your ass out. Nancy, did I even see you put out some flyers? Did you even say sorry? Like, it be blowing me the way that she be treating this situation. And I be like, you trying to make it seem like he doing the most, but he's doing what anybody would be doing who wants their child, okay? Ain't nobody finna just be sitting on their hands while their child, a daughter at that, a daughter out there that could be trafficked. Granted, the boys get trafficked too, but come on, we see these girls, like, come on. I'm just sitting here like, Nancy, why are you doing that? Okay, you know, ain't nobody, you're gonna get her back, you're gonna get her back. And he was like, even if I gotta die, I'm gonna get her back, I'm gonna get her back. Okay, she was like, that's not even gonna happen because I pray. I said, you know what, Nancy, you make me sick when it comes to this situation. It's just, I don't know, it's just very, very frustrating. Meanwhile, Vice President wife and them, they meet up in his office. And she was like, he said, what you was doing up here? Girl, husband. I just got to talking with the first lady. I had lunch with her. What? You did what? You mean to tell me the butler didn't tell you? I told him to tell you. Okay, but listen, I was up in there. What did she say? Listen, she was asking me all these type of questions about what's going on, what I know, and what you do. I didn't say nothing. I played the dutiful wife. Here's the title of the episode. The dutiful wife, okay? I made it seem like I didn't know absolutely nothing that was going on. And he was like, okay, cool. So you ready to do this? And he was like, yeah, we got to get these people up out of this office. I said, I know that's right. Next thing you know, they going out the back and they get Max and Cal, not Max and Cal, but Max and Bobby to come up there. So they meeting outside. The vice president and his wife, Max and Cal. Well, Max and Bobby, okay? And so they're talking about how to get this going, how to get them in, and what they're going to say and all this stuff because it's a press conference that's about to happen. We find that out later. And at this point, Cal coming out the car and he looking and he like, what y'all doing on here? Okay, and he see, imagine they just got out in the shootout like a few minutes ago, earlier, like an hour ago or whatever. So Cal looking like, so what the y'all doing here? And of course, Max at this point himself to say, so he part of the whole team thing, so why don't you go ahead and let me take him out? And then it was like, go ahead, y'all go up in there, whatever, let me finish this right here. So the VP and his wife, they go back up into the White House, and next thing you know, They double team Cal. I said, I know that's the fuck right. Knocked his ass the freak out. Next thing you know, here comes Sam. I said, now Sam, let it happen. You don't like Cal either. Okay, just let them do what they gotta do. All right. So eventually, Max didn't convince Cal. They didn't convince Cal. Listen, Sam, go ahead and erase some tapes. Okay, that's all you need to do. Ain't nothing happen. You know, you don't fuck with the nigga either, so let us do what we gotta do. They tied his hands up and put him in a car. That's when Bobby was like, Lily gonna get her licks too. Oh, she just got a little bit of water on her, but he shot me. But you know, we gotta share. Oh, okay. Okay, they threw his ass up in the car, you know. Meanwhile, we got Jason. He outside. It looked like on the roof or whatever, veranda, or some parts of the building, smoking a cigarette. I said, sister, fuck when he smoke. You know, he with the other agent that don't play no games, who ain't scared of him, and he talking about, you know, I'm just so angry. I'm just so angry, because he was trying to get him to come back inside, okay? He was like, I'm just so angry. You know I killed my grandma, right? She was mean and everything, but she ain't deserve that. She ain't deserve that. And I'm just sitting here like, so what are we doing? This is my confessions? I said, Jason, I know you don't want us to feel sympathy for you because it's not going to work. And he was like, listen, I ain't finna go in until I finish my cigarette, so you might as well just go ahead and sit here and buckle down. And I said, oh, okay, do what you got to do. Meanwhile, Donald come up in the Oval to go get the president. And, you know, he laying there taking a nap. And he was like, how can you do that when we got all this work to do? He said, easily, the way that I'm doing it right now. He said, listen, I'm finna go golfing. He said, no, you have a meeting. Let's just take this one meeting first, maybe two, and then we can go golfing, okay? Because you did call a press conference. And he was like, what press conference are you talking about? And he was like, the press conference that you called. No, I didn't set up anything for no press conference. So at this point, Donald had to get on the phone and see who called the press conference. And of course, it was the VP. They tried to stop it, but he was already out there and he laid the shit out. Some stuff happened. Max and Bobby, they patriots, okay? They the good ones, you know what I'm saying? They deserve medals of honor. They ain't had nothing to do with Uma's death or whatever. It was some people up here in the White House, okay? And who is it? Who y'all think it is? Oh, we know it's the president and his lady, okay? That's who it is. All right, they was like, I said, oh my God, so we really doing this like this fast, okay? This fast. They really trying to get them out there and they still breathing. I said, oh my God, this ain't gonna feel well with y'all. I'm scared for the VP and I'm scared for his wife, okay? You know, they laid all the stuff out there like they did this and they connected to another murder. And we got proof or whatever, and we invoked in the 23rd Amendment where they gonna step down and I'm taking place. I said, oh shit, they stripping the power and everything. So meanwhile, while all of this is going on, Jason ass is outside. And he gonna throw something on the floor to make it so that the agent had to look down because he said you dropped something. So he looked down looking for what he dropped, and he jumps over. I said, you know what? I'm so tired of Jason. Okay, now either if you're gonna run away, please run away and never come back. They should have took him instead of Gail. I would have rather had Gail here than him. Okay, but Gail said she had other things to do. You know, Miss Page said she had other shit to do. So hey, it is what it is. That is the episode. I'm looking forward to next week because I want to see, is Victoria playing games when she got up there to that podium and passed out? Y'all tell me how y'all feeling. I'll see y'all later. Peace.